Sup, everybody? My name is Juan Olivas. I'm one of Mr. Miguel's students in the Psychology 5 class, and I'm here to talk to you guys about really how OER has impacted me and how much it has helped me a lot. One of the first questions I was asked was, how have you been benefited from OER? First of all, I have saved so much money from thanks to OER, honestly. I think usually the books cost from $80 to $100, and that by itself, that's coming out of my money because I only qualify to get my classes paid for. I don't really qualify for any other kind of financial aid. So having that really does help me a lot. Like, it helps me so much, and knowing that I'm working on my own about things, I'm not getting spoon fed everything. It helps out really like a lot. I don't know, like OER has helped me out a lot. The fact that it's just a website that I can just start it and I can go back to whenever, like control F it instead of going through a book. I'm like, whoa, what the heck? Where's the control F on this thing? Like, I don't know. It's just helpful to me, and it really has saved me a lot of time with research papers and everything. And I'm usually like it has the citation right there, so you don't have to do it or go look for it like for anything. I don't know. It's just the open education resource is just so easy for me to understand and everything. Like, I don't know, it's just good for me. Like, I wouldn't want to go back to basic textbooks and having to be spoon fed everything again. I really like this program. Another question is mentioned: how has collaboration with peers outside of group assignments helped you learning practices and knowledge base grow? It's going back to the thing, like, it's an open resource, so it's easier to collaborate with my peers because I can tell them go to this section of this book, control F, type this word in, and it'll take you exactly what I'm talking about. It's not like go to page 23 and zoom through the paragraphs. No. This for real does help out. Like, I can just, like, whenever I want to look more into the subject, I can just go back to the book, which is online, which is so much easier, and it's free. Like, first, I already said it. I already saved $100 on something, and second, now I get to tell them exactly where it's at and where to cite it from and everything. Like, it's just there for me, and it's so much helpful for me to use. Third question: do you enjoy stepping away from the traditional textbooks? Yes, I do. Honestly, yes, I do. I'm tired of, like, I'm so much happier carrying my laptop around than having to carry two books a day because those things sometimes are like this fat. I remember for this class specifically, if we didn't go to OER, the book would have been like $300 to $500. I can't remember, but that's too expensive for a book. I know for sure I'm barely gonna use, so it just helps me out a lot. Like, and then PowerPoint lectures, those are so annoying. I can't learn from those. I really need, like, I need something there in front of me to show me. Like, Mr. Miguel shows us, what's it called, videos about stuff like whatever we're talking about that day. Like, instead of giving us a long explanation through the book, my butt, there's a bug, what's it called, if there's a long explanation through the book, instead of doing the book work, we just look at the video real quick, and then we discuss the topic on the video, because I don't know, it's just so much easier. Like, why would I want to be looking at a PowerPoint? If that were the case, just put the PowerPoint on Canvas, or like website for homework and stuff, and then I could do it myself. Why would I use that? And then in standardized tests, I'm focusing more on, oh my god, tests are annoying, honestly. Like, then you don't even learn. I feel like you don't learn from them. You just memorize your answers. That's really it. And then by like the next day, you're like, okay, I'm not taking that class again, so why should I remember anything from it? That's what I think goes on, honestly. When you write a paper about it, you're actually taking time and putting effort into the paper, so you know. And when you put time and effort into something, you'll remember it because it obviously stressed you out. Like, that's what happens to me. When I get stressed out, I'll remember everything I did because of that stress. I'm like, why did I feel this way again? Oh yeah, because of this paper. Why? Because of the brain anatomy. Why? Because I don't know, in social justice or something. Another part of this question goes into focusing more on authentic assignments that focus on your own interests. Exactly, like, exactly, like, they're my interests. Instead of having to study something, some dude in an office saying, I want you guys to learn this. Like, no, like, I'm not gonna learn that. I really am not. So why would I do that? Like, I'm never gonna go into that. It's going back to like that whole participation trophy thing. No, not participate. My bad. It's like saying you're majoring in math, but you gotta take a history class. Like, what's the point of taking the history class if you're not majoring in history? You're majoring in math. It's just like, it's kind of pointless. But you obviously still have to take it. So, like, I don't know. Like, I'm majoring in psychology. I don't know why I had to take a history class. What else do I had to take a geography class. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, it's probably important, but I don't know why. Like, and with here, like, it's actually with the interest of what I'm actually studying for. And this is, why isn't the old way of reading the book, taking notes, and answering what's because you don't, like I said, you memorize your answers. You don't memorize anything. Like you legit memorize your answers. Like that's so annoying. I have a teacher like that, and I'm not gonna put her on blast right now because I don't know if I'll get points taken away or something. But still, she just we. I'm sorry. I just get so mad when I have to talk about it. We read out of a book, or like it's OER class too, right? But she reads out of the book. She dead reads like this in her boring voice, sliding up and down, or like with the mouse or whatever, like this, reading everything, and then I lose track of what we're talking about. And I'll forget what we're talking about, and I'll get bored, and I'm like, "What is she even talking about?" I'm like, "What? Single subject research? What?" I mean, obviously, I know what that is now, because I had to look into that myself. But she'll be like, "Okay, what's something we just learned today? What's data analysis?" I'm like, I don't know. You were reading boringly for like 20 minutes that I lost track of what we were talking about. Like, no, stop. What are you doing? Like, that's not how you learn." And then she'll give us a quiz, right? On Wednesday, she'll tell us Tuesday, "Oh, you have a quiz Thursday." Everybody's busy on Wednesday because they have class or they have work or something. They're just gonna spend the whole day, and then we tell her, and she's like, "Oh, well, just try your best." Like, no, not try. What do you mean try my best? I have to lose sleep for you? Like, no. I'm sorry, I know I'm ranting on it, but still, like reading out of the book is so annoying, and taking notes for me when I can just visually see what's going on, and when I can go back to it because of the URL. It's so much easier because whenever I need to pull it up, I'm like, click, start page. Okay, go back to it. Click, start pages. Click that one right there. That's what all I need to do. Like, it's so much easier. Like, and I don't know why we always have to take multiple choice tests. Like, they're so frustrating. Like, and a lot of teachers want to confuse you. Like, why do you want to confuse me? Like, why are you trying to challenge me knowing it's like already hard enough as it is? Like, what more do you want from me? Like, me not knowing it, is that not good enough for you? Now you want to confuse me about it? Like, no. And that's what she does, but I won't get into that because then I'll just get mad and, like, I'll rant on for like 20 more minutes. Okay, for another part is how is being encouraged to learn concepts in your own way change your. Oh my gosh, learning things my own way has really shown me actually how I learn. And that's really, I never knew I was a visual learner until I started taking psychology classes with Mr. Fortune and with Mr. Miguel, and how they start, instead of taking notes and just reading out of the book, we actually saw stuff. Like, I believe it was Psych 2. I can't remember them very correctly. It was abnormal psychology. We actually got to see the abnormalities instead of reading them from a book, like with bipolar disorder. Like, they'll get crazy and manic episodes every once in a while, depending on how their hormone level is going on. Something I can't. I'm just saying something at the top of my head. Don't take me serious on that. But still, and then I'm like, okay. And he showed us a video of how someone with bipolar disorder goes through their way. And then I think it was Mr. Miguel too that showed us something about Alzheimer's and how many patients go through living with Alzheimer's at I think it was one in San Francisco, one was a Vietnamese lady, and the other one was a Caucasian lady living with her husband, and how she was going through that. And I actually got to see how it's like not just have to read it off a book saying, oh, they do this, they lose memory, they also get manic episodes, it's a depressive disorder. Like, that's boring. Once I saw it in real life, I understood, and it stuck with me for a while. But since I'm making the video, I'm a little nervous too, so I can't think of everything off the top of my head. And then with just learning concepts on my own is so much easier too, because I'll get bored and I'm like, what should I do? I'm like, let's go play Fortnite or something. Let's go play Fortnite or PUBG or World War II or NBA 2K12, or I mean it's 18, my bad, or anything like that. I'm like, you know what? Nah, I remember we were talking about this disorder in class. Why don't we just, when I look it up real quick, a video on YouTube about it? I know it's probably what Mr. McGill would want me to do or something. That's exactly what I do, and when I do that, it helps me. So I don't know, like, it's just something for me, like learning things on my own too. I feel like I'm not a baby too. I feel like I'm actually in college. Do you truly feel that you learn from this style of course more than traditional course framework? Well, I think I already answered that question, honestly. I think I've answered that question with every other question adding on to it, but still, I'm going to repeat it anyways. Yes, I do. I don't like being babied. And now that I have the chance to learn on my own and find out how I learn, it feels so much better. But still, like, it's just me. It's like a personal gain. You really don't lose anything from learning on your own. Instead, you like gain from your knowledge, and you move on. And I don't know, like I don't know, like, how is it bad learning on your own? Sometimes, like, sometimes you actually need to. Sometimes it's good for you, and that's what I feel like it is good for me. All right, last question. What would you say to an instructor to sway them? sway them to shift their courses to OER and this student ownership of their own education mindset. I would highly recommend this so much. You really don't know how much I recommend this, because I'm pretty sure no college student wants to be babied their whole. I mean, I guess the lazy ones that don't want to do their work, like we all know those college students. We all know how they look like. They come in late to class. They dress up all bummy and stupid. They're mostly on their phone. Like, let them be. The college will take their money anyways, and I'm pretty sure they'll learn their lesson after so long. But going back to the question though, my bad, my phone's getting blown up. It's from a group chat from another class, from my communications class. Well, yeah, I would highly recommend. Not only will you save us so much money, like, honestly, you'll show students how to become dependent. I mean, independent for themselves. Like, they'll realize, okay, I don't really need a teacher. Maybe, like, you'll just help them grow from then on. Like, that's the beauty of OER. Like, people grow. Like, I know I've grown. I was so dependent on asking my teacher all of these questions, and I'm like, okay, well, like, going through OER, I have the textbook now for free. I can learn. I know what we talked about in class. I can look up the definition of the book and then go to YouTube or something and look it up real quick. I usually never used to do that, and now that I have the chance to, it's like really easy because now I know what we're actually talking about. I learned that I'm a visual learner, that I have grown on my educational mindset. I actually want to continue into psychology. At first, I was kind of shaky on it because I didn't know none of this, and now OER, like, it just helped me out. Like, not like skipping all these stupid tests that I know I don't even have to take. I'll be like, I don't know, like, I want to be a survey researcher or something. I don't know, like, something of that nature. And I'm like, okay, now I know I have to take statistical psychology, which is psych stats or whatever. But you know what I mean? Because most of you had to take it too. And it's like, I know what class I gotta take now. I know I can just skip biological psychology or abnormal because I'll be doing surveys for psychologists or anything, like just surveys in general. That's just something I like, that could happen. Or if I wanted to be a prison psychologist or something, I'm like, maybe I could take biological, abnormal, and then maybe even developmental psychology. Like, I already took all those classes actually. Like, I'm on my I'm finishing up on my psychology list. And it's like, I know what I need to study. I know what I need to do. I know what to aim for. I know what I don't need to take anymore. It just helps me grow on. Besides that, honestly, I really hope this video does help you guys, though, like, out, because I know this is like gonna be presented to millions of people. But like, follow me on Instagram or something, King underscore. No, I'm just kidding. No, none of that right now. But still, it's just there. Like, the answers are all in front of people. It's just depending on how people want to you know, how do I say it? I can't think of the word right now. I'm tired. It's like 10:50 here. But still, I don't know. OER is a really good thing. I honestly really recommend instructors to go for it, go into it, take it into action, teach your students how to become independent. If they have questions, obviously every student's gonna have questions, but the more you let them be independent, the more they'll know how to grow within their education. Thank you very much for listening to me, guys. Have a good day.